Week 5. Power rankings and recap. What can we say? Chubba Hubba. Oh, and 2 since his comment about how good he was. Since he's 7-0 before week 5. 0-2. You don't root for that kind of stuff. I'll be honest. I'm not out here rooting for Chris to lose. I'm just out here observing as a fan, as a member, but as a fan. You never want to see somebody go 0-2 after they come out saying how good their team is before a certain date. Mathematically impossible date. But nevertheless, week 5 is in the books. It was a good week. It was one of the strangest weeks I think I've seen from the standpoint that the third lowest scoring player was Matt Stokes, who had 93.4. 93.4 I would put in the ballpark of average, and it was the third lowest score this week. The 2 lowest scores, where we will start this recap, played each other. Skinny Kyle put up 79.8, and Kirk Cousins' friends balls put up 76. Now, this matchup was, for all intents and purposes, over. Intents and purposes, not intensive purposes. Intents and purposes, over. Then Jonathan Taylor played. I mean, that Monday Night Football game, we'll get into it, was one of the craziest things I've seen. I mean, just quickly to go over before I get into the Monday Night Football game, let's go over these matchups. Aaron Rodgers, CeeDee Lamb, and Josh Jacobs combined for 48 of Pat's 76. He got 17 more, so 48, 17, 65. And the rest of his guys just Thielen, AJ Brown's been such a disappointment. Devin Singletary, I mean, it was rough. Tunyon gets like 0.8 every week. It was a tough week for Pat. It was a tough week for Russell until about 9:45 on Monday Night Football when Jonathan Taylor went bananas. And I was critical of the Jonathan Taylor pick, but Jonathan Taylor has actually been okay. I don't think he's been what Russell thought he would be, but he's been okay. Clyde's hurt, though, so we got to see what Russell will do. He's got Kareem. Doesn't need to trade for a running back. Great pick. But Russell advances to 2-3. Patrick falls to 2-3. 79 beats 76 every day of the week. So kudos to Russell. 11th most points in the league this week. Good enough for a win. Jumping to the most points in the league this week, we got Herbert Avenue versus Sally Stubbs. Sally Stubbs coming in hot. 4-0, most points, rocking and rolling, puts up a 126 bomb, and it's not even really close. Herbert Avenue exploded. Dylan's 2 lowest players were Max Williams, whose knee exploded because Dylan picked him up, and Keenan Allen, who had 7.5, which is other than the Baltimore defense, which is pretty respectable. Herbert put up a 42 bomb. Kamara put up a 24 bomb. You know, DK put up 21. Claypool put up 19. It was a good week for Dill. 142 points, 143 points, shooing you every single week. Sal, 126, 36 from Josh Allen, 28 from Mike Williams, breakout superstar. Mike Williams, man. Fucking, I think Gaz took Brandon Ayuk and then Sal took Mike Williams. No shade on Gaz. I would have probably done the same thing. It's just like, fucking Mike Williams out of nowhere. He's really been doing well, Sal's team. I got to tip my cap. 4-1, but most points in the league, and you can live with the 126-point loss. Next, we're going to go to Bishop Sycamore versus Chiquita Banana. And as I pointed out earlier, Matt's just getting shit luck right now. He lost me by 0.02. Puts up a 93.44, and it's somehow the third fewest points in the league. Chiquita just was able to pull it out. I was thinking maybe there might be a little Monday Night Miracle with Latavius Murray, considering it was happening to Luke, who tends to have these things happen to him. Wasn't the case. Of 93 points scored by Matt, 47 plus 18, so 65 of them were scored by 3 players. So not much from anybody else outside of Brady, Aaron Jones, and Kyle Pitts, who fucking eviscerated the Jets. Luke, a little bit more of the same. 50 points out of Devontae Adams and Antonio Brown, and 17 out of Stafford. So, there's his 67 of his 103. -3 from Los Angeles, and John Gruden's least favorite kicker, Matt Gay, got him 9. 103 for Luke, 3-2, he takes it, Stokes, 1-4, tough luck 1-4. He's not a last place team, but he finds himself there once again. I'm hoping Matt can find a way out, but not at my expense, which leads me to my Antaki Bowl, where Andrew beat me, 140-97. I think every single player on Andrew's team scored a touchdown outside of Conklin, his fucking tight end. Every single player. Dak got 21, Mike Evans got 23, Deebo Samuel got 13, Jamar Chase got 21, Antonio Gibson got 19, Najee Harris got 20. I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I put up 97. Austin Eckler scores 3 touchdowns. Trey Sermon gets 1 touch. Fucking 1 touch Trey. Jameson Crowder gets 44 yards. Jacoby Myers gets 56 yards. I haven't had a wide receiver score a touchdown this year. Do you know how impossible it is? Do you know how impossible it is to have happen? I managed to do it. I can't. Dak Prescott, good week, Randy. Goes to 3-2. I fall to 2-3. I don't even want to talk about it. Next, we have an almost comeback on Monday Night Football between Chubba Hubba and 3 Inches is a Lot. So Chubba Hubba had 4 players on his team. Lamar Jackson, 41. Cortland Sutton, 18. Chubba Hubba, 13.4. And Greg the Leg Zaline with 14. 17 plus 18 is 35. 35 plus 41 gets to your 76 points for 4 players from Chris. That's pretty good. You usually expect to win. But Cooper Kupp's come back to earth a little bit. Not a bad week. 92 points. 9.2 points. Tyler Lockett, Eli Mitchell trade. Maybe were we all wrong? Maybe an apologies owed to Luke Bonomo. Saquon Barkley's got a grapefruit for an ankle. Never want to see it. Zach Ertz, 0.7. Puts up 111. Not a bad week. Kind of tip your cap, honestly. 111 is a reasonable score. But 3 Inches is a Lot just had Derrick Henry, DeAndre Swift, and Jalen Hurts. And this week, that was enough. He was able to get 70 from them. 82 if you include Justin Jefferson, who is just a force, if you will. 119 for 3 Inches is a Lot. Darren Waller hasn't even done anything yet. Tip your cap to 3 Inches is a Lot. This is a great start to the season. 3-2, but a lot of points scored. Has faced a lot of his toughest matchups. I think Tom's in a good spot. I really do. I know he picked up. I believe he picked up Damian Williams. I can't tell me on this screen, but. And then there's one matchup left. One of the greatest comebacks in fantasy I've ever seen. The score will not indicate it, but it was one of the greatest fantasy matchups I've ever seen. One of the greatest fantasy comebacks I've ever seen. Hollywood Brown, Mark Andrews, and Justin Tucker combined for 57 points on Monday Night Football. Rodrigo Blankenship got 2-8. There was a moment in Monday Night Football's game where Rodrigo Blankenship, where Kyle had taken the lead by, I think it was less than a point. Less than 4 points. It was like 3.7. And if Rodrigo Blankenship had hit the 47-yard field goal to win the game, Kyle's Ravens would have lost, and Kyle would have lost fantasy football. A truly amazing moment that we almost all experienced that went to naught because Rodrigo Blankenship has glasses and kicks football. You can trust a guy with glasses to do your taxes, like me. You cannot trust him to kick game-winning kicks. Look at Rodrigo Blankenship. If you see Rodrigo Blankenship on the street, what do you think he does? I tell you what I think he doesn't do is kick field goals. And unfortunately for Tui, he does for his team. Tui puts up 106, not a bad week. Was in first place or second place really, 4-0, humming along. Rafi Bomb, aka Hollywood, with an amazing comeback. I just got to tip my cap to Kyle. Josh McCown-esque, for those of you that know, you know. A great comeback for Rafi Bomb and really good work from Kyle. He needed that win desperately. It was must-win. Kyle's in must-win mode for the next 2 weeks too. But really, this one was must-win, and he got it, 119 to 106. And without further ado, let's get into the power rankings. So there's no awful team in our league, which is what speaks to the greatness of this league. First place is 4-1, last place is 1-4. But the points for are all close. 12, I'm gonna put Russell, and I know he just won, and it's just the points for are real low, 430. I got Russell at 12. 11, I have Pat, who 432 points for. It's low. It needs to be higher. But 11, I got Pat. 10, I'm gonna go with Stokes, and it's just because he can never seem to get lucky. Stokes is literally at 10 because he's not getting lucky. And I don't know. He's not gonna get rid of Melvin Gordon, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe Andrew trades for him. No, not Andrew. Maybe Luke trades for him. But at 10, I got Bishop Sycamore. At 9, I have Herbert Avenue, who had a great week, big bounce back week, needed it week. So I got Herbert at 9. I got myself at 8. Not a really good team. 7, I have 1-4 Rafi Bomb, and I know that's going to get a lot of heat. You got a 1-4 team at 7. How can you do that? It's because he scores points. Kyle scores points. I mean, I don't like Miles Sanders, not one bit, but he's got Cordarrelle Patterson. Cordarrelle Patterson's pretty good. Rafi Bomb's at 7. 6, I'm going to go with Chubba Hubba. Now, Chris, I know. 3-2, but you just lost Saquon. I can't put you much higher than 6. 6 is respectable. 6 is good. That's where you are in the standings. I think you're a 6th place team. No, nothing wrong with that. You're humming right along. You've lost 2 in a row, but you're in 6th. 5th, I'm going to go. Oof. 5th, I'm gonna go with Andy at 5. Just because the other 2 teams have done more. But Andy's team looking forward is really good. I mean, Najee Harris is looking like a player. Jamar Chase is looking like a player. I got Andy at 5. It's 3-2 record. You know, less points against. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But 5, 4, and 3 are all interchangeable, in my opinion. And 4, I'm going to put Tom Gorman. 554 points for. And I'm putting Tom below Luke because I think Luke's wide receivers could just get him 60 points a week. Devontae, Tyreek, and Antonio Brown. Luke has the worst running backs in the league. No one's going to argue that. He's got the best receivers in the league, and no one's going to argue that. Not even spoken about was Kyle lost Russell Wilson, and I still have him at 7. But I got Luke at 3. So to recap, we got 12 Russell, 11 Pat, 10 Matt, 9 Dylan, 8 me, 7 Kyle, 6 Chris, 5 Andy, 4 Tom, 3 Luke. Again, 5, 4, 3. You could flip 3, 4, 5. I'm flip of a coin. 2, I'm gonna go Wanta Fonta. Chewy, only 515 points for, which is not a ton, but it's not horrible. And he's taking advantage of the points against. He's 4-1. He lost the heartbreak on Monday Night Football, but he's the number 2 team and number 1. The reigning champ, Salvatore the Dinosaur. I mean, 603 points for. No one's even close. I mean, no one is even close. Gorman's the next closest. He's 50 points behind. So there's your happy recap. I think there could definitely be some arguing between where you're ranked. But that's why they pay me the big bucks. Excuse me, that's why they pay me a modest salary to do this. Not everybody is cut out to do this. Could Kyle be a commissioner? See how well baseball's run. But I'm not here to argue about baseball. I'm just here to talk about football. And I think we got a really good league. I think we got a great week. High scoring week, aside from that game between Russell and Pat. You just got to roll with it, man. Week 5 in the books. Week 6 is upon us tomorrow. Thursday Night Football. Get your picks in. Who you taking in your Survivor pool? I wouldn't touch the Rams. Giants are going to win. Just my thoughts. So, yeah. This week, let's hope Chris finds a way to win. Get off the schneid. God forbid if he rolls to 3 in a row. I don't know what's going to happen. Longest losing streak in the league actually belongs to Matt. And Pat at 3 in a row. But Chubba Hubba 2 in a row. Be careful, Chris.